Hello there. It's another Wednesday, and we're super excited to be joining you this evening. This is your Superstation Joy 99.7, and of course, this is Strong and Sassy. My name is Animwaa Anim-Addo. We're live on Facebook, so you can head over there and check us out. I always say that you'll enjoy the show much better if you're watching because there's so many facial expressions and so much drama. So, you don't really get that in the voice. So head to Facebook if you're not driving, so that you can enjoy the visuals. But we're also interactive, so our WhatsApp lines are open. I'm sure you know them already, but just a gentle reminder, 055 1111997, 055 1111997. We'd love to have you send in your comments and your thoughts. So, like I was telling Evans earlier, this month we're doing the Boss Lady series. And what I really wanted us to do this month is to focus on women who are doing well, who are working, who are earning their own money, who are chasing their dreams, who are doing the things that they want to. And because it's important that we highlight the value of economic power in a woman's life, especially how it influences her ability to make choices for herself. So we thought, okay, we're going to start with women in corporate Ghana, and we're going to have different sectors of different things over the next month. So joining me today are one of our very, very regular panelists. I'm struggling to behave myself. General Manager of Serval Solutions, Esinam Batali. Hello, Esinam.
Hi.
Esinam, so if you've been like a regular listener to the show, Esinam has gone from, like, your titles have changed. Like every 4 or 5 months, there's something new.
No. I think that, yes, I've changed jobs twice in the past 3 years, but I've graduated.
You've been promoted.
Yes, I've had a promotion.
Don't like water it down.
Please, I have been promoted.
And we're very, very proud. So Esinam is now the general manager. Please, if you don't have a general manager,
please,
there's your own problem. Right, anyway, so Esinam Batali is joining us. And also Francisca Alote. She's the business head for Access Bank Lashibi branch. Hello.
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's really nice to have you, Esinam and Francisca. So let me start with you, Francisca, because this is the first time. So what does it feel like to be like so important?
To be a boss.
It's exciting, but you don't have to let the excitement get to your head.
Okay.
Other than that, you end up doing things you're not supposed to do. It's exciting, and then especially for me, I've also grown.
Okay.
Like Esinam said, I started from service.
Wow.
Then I've grown through the ranks to where I am today. So it's really exciting and it's rewarding.
How long did it take you from service to where you are?
I've been doing this for 12 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So is that the normal amount of years that it takes to go from A to where you are?
I would say yes and no. It all depends on how fast you're working.
Okay.
Because then everybody has a target that you're supposed to meet.
Okay.
You know, they give you a KPI.
Okay.
And you're supposed to work with your KPI. So the more you work, the more you achieve, the higher you rise.
Okay.
So as fast as you're
able to.
Exactly. Then you move up.
Okay. Esinam, same question.
I started in Tonaton, like as an art sales executive. And because of my love for marketing and art and digital, I went to an agency, and then through the agency, I learned a lot about digital marketing. And then I moved on to be the digital team lead at Regworld, then Samsung digital marketing manager.
I remember that, yeah.
Then Glyco head of e-commerce, and then I went to Links Entertainment. So from Links Entertainment, I started off as a brand relations manager, but we realized that the work for the group of companies is a lot, and there's a need for a special commercial department that handles the business side of the art for the entire group of companies, which includes Tygon Creative Studios, Links Studios, and then Links Entertainment itself. So Serval is the arm of the Links group of companies that focuses on bringing in business opportunities for the group as a group. So I sell both Tigon, I sell Links, and I sell all the things that we have to offer. And I think that rising through, it's been very fast for me. It's been a very, very fast period. And it's a combination of the skill that I have, which is being able to get people to buy into whatever idea that I have to sell, and also the opportunity to also help people meet their business goals. Because from a marketer's perspective, I know what it means to want to promote your product and how to help you promote that thing. So that ability I've learned both in school and on the job helped me to get.
I was just going to say, because you've even over the past few years, you've done quite a lot of school.
Yes, I went back to school to get my MBA. I just submitted my thesis and everything, so I'll be graduating in January.
Amazing stuff. So it's a mixture of learning, skill, meeting KPI, so working hard.
Resilience,
What else?
yes.
What else does it take for a woman? So this is where I'm going. I've had conversations with quite a number of young people who are like just frustrated. It's like, oh, we can't get anywhere. We can't get. And I'm wondering, okay, is it the fear of hard work, or is it the real challenges or the barriers that women face? So I'm trying to, kind of sift through that so that we can find what the answer is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not fear, because I did not think I would ever go into banking.
Okay.
That wasn't what I wanted to do. But I met someone, and the way she carried herself is what influenced me or changed my mind towards banking. So I'll tell you the story. I was in my mom's office one time when her relationship officer walked into her office.
Okay.
She was well dressed. She
The
looked
relationship-
very good. Yes, the
okay.
relationship officer. She looked very good. She was well dressed. And I liked the way she carried herself. So I interacted with her, and then she left. A week later, she came back. And I saw that she had improved, or she looked nicer
Eh.
than she looked before.
Okay.
So the third time when she came, I told her, okay, I want to do this.
Okay.
I want to get into banking. I hadn't done anything in finance or anything like that,
So just based on how she looked.
based on how she looks. And then she was like,
That's
oh,
interesting.
it will be difficult. It's not easy. I'm like, I will learn. I'm a
Okay.
fast learner. And I also like going to school a lot. I just completed ACIB, trying to charter in banking.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes. So service came, I enrolled, and then this is where I am.
Just like that.
It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy at all. You need to learn on the job. You need to be fast. You should be ready to apply yourself. You should be ready to also adapt, because you're meeting different customers who are from different backgrounds. So then everybody's coming with a different problem. You need to work fast. You need to go to school. You need to learn. So it's a lot. It's really a lot to rise from where I started from to where I am now.
Okay.
Yes. It's not easy.
Listen, for you, what were some of the major challenges that you faced? Major and common challenges.
See, I'm not to brag, but I have a unique way of moving through things without facing major roadblocks. Like, if I can foresee and predict that something like this will happen, I problem solve. I troubleshoot. So I don't end up falling into situations where I'll have like a big problem.
So that's a skill there.
Yes.
So maybe talk to us about that skill and how
Okay.
it has helped you, because not everybody has developed.
Right. I think so. The thing about planning is when you are able to plan well, you think through what could happen, what could go wrong, and what could go right. If you're planning only for what could go right, you are making a mistake.
So this is just general life
Right.
advice.
Generally in life, plan for what you want to do, but also be able to be in the moment. Like the fact that you're working doesn't mean that, oh, you're just working for what's next to come or when is my next promotion or whatever. Look at your current disposition and then think through, what do I need to do to put myself in the next level of this career path that I'm in? What skills do I need to have? What kind of polishings do I need to do? Be proactive. Work for your career ahead of time. When I was in university, I didn't even graduate from University of Ghana when I got the offer to work at Tonaton. And it was somebody I knew who knew me as a sponsorship committee head on campus that referred me for the role at Tonaton.
Okay.
So in May, when my mates were writing final exams, I had started working already. And I have been working since I was in uni. I have not stopped working since I graduated from high school.
Okay.
So all I know is to work. And then I'm thinking, what's the next big thing? What's the next thing I can do? So if I find myself in a situation where I think I got to the biggest challenge is now coming to me. Where I got to a point where I got tired. I got tired of running ahead of time. I wanted to slow it down to work within my pace. And then my mental health started, dipping. And so I had to, switch to a more friendly workspace for who I am and who I was becoming and my talents and my skills and everything. I had to, but I think the biggest challenge I faced was burnout because I was constantly on the move for a very long time.
So that has more to do with personality type.
Yes.
Than just a general, because I don't know, did you ever face any sort of burnout? Did you get to a point where you were tired of moving?
Yeah, it gets to even now, there are days I just don't feel like doing it again.
Wow, okay.
Yes, it happens. I think it's a phase or a flash.
Yeah.
It happens, I don't want to do it again, but then I look at my customers. My customers are my priority. If I decide to stay at home, they will still call. So then what's the point in staying at home?
Okay.
Just go. And then just tell yourself, you're here for your customer. You're here to make the customer happy. And then you just...
But what is it that makes you tired?
I am not a morning person.
Okay.
Anybody who knows me knows I am not a morning person. Saturday, if you call me before 9, we will have a problem.
Wow.
Yes. So waking up every morning for 12 years has been a problem.
Okay.
Yes, it is a problem till today.
Okay.
Yes. So
doing that over and over and
doing
over.
Doing it over and over and over.
So
and over
sometimes
and
with
over
the burnout, there are actual physical factors that contribute to you getting tired over the course of many years. So for example, if you don't like waking up in the morning, you're not a morning person, and it contributes to the burnout.
And if you have ADHD like me,
then you never stop. So then that contributes to the burnout.
To the burnout.
So apart from that, did you ever feel a certain sort of pressure to prove yourself?
In the financial sector, we are not, I would say we are pitched a little against each other.
Okay.
Because the roles are there. You need to work hard to fill out the role. So the pressure is always there. You need to, if you want to move, you need to achieve. If you want to move, you need to go to school. You need to better yourself. You need to pick up something new. You must innovate. You've been given a KPI, yes, but you also must think outside the box to see, okay, this is what they want me to do. What can I do to let the customer fall in love with what I'm selling? Because mind you, I'm selling a service. And it's very difficult to sell a service. If you're selling tea tomatoes, the person knows, okay, this brand is being advertised.
So
but for us, we are selling a service. You have to use your service to be able to tell somebody about your service. If you're not using it, you won't be able to tell somebody. And you need to convince the person to buy something they're not seeing. So it adds up to the burning. Because you can talk for 2 hours and the person will still not buy.
And still not buy.
And there's nothing you can do.
So that's just 2 hours gone.
Yes. But you're hopeful.
Yeah.
That's
you
what
keep
that
going.
Come back.
So you keep going.
It's called Inshallah. Vibes and Inshallah.
Target. Exactly.
The target is there. When you're selling services, it's like, I need to be able to get you to trust that I would deliver on the promise I'm making to you. And for Serval, which is relatively new, if you don't even go with the links route and you're going as Serval, it's like, what guarantee do I have that you're going to deliver on this for me? And you're also telling people that, oh, I'll make you known or I'll make you a brand that's popular. But what if it doesn't happen? Because you don't control all the factors that lead there. So it's
Yeah.
like you're selling to people who already have trust issues in a highly competitive environment like the entertainment industry. So then it's like every day you're thinking, meetings upon conversations upon calls, and
So just a quick question, which is totally off all of this.
right,
So when somebody comes to you and they want to be famous,
right.
is there a way that you can... this is like totally off, I know, but I have
Wow.
to, it's burning inside my heart. Like, can you look at someone and say, you don't have what it takes to be famous? Or you have... The reason I'm
Everything
asking...
is possible.
Oh, wow, you just answered, okay. All right.
Everything is
Thank you
possible.
for answering the question before I finished.
No matter who you are, if you want to be popular, you want to be famous, you will be. But whether it will be for the right thing or whether it will be for the wrong thing, we will not be able to tell.
Okay.
But famous, anybody can be famous.
So I guess that applies to you as well with the services.
Yes, because you have to assure the customer that what I'm selling will deliver on what I'm saying. Even if you don't believe it,
Wow.
you still have to sell it to the
Own
customer.
it with your chest.
Yes,
I see.
you have to, and then you have to find a way of going along with the customer. It's a road, it's a ride that you're going. So you take it one day at a time.
Yep.
Hopefully the service will improve at the back, and then you can also pass it on.
Because
to
you are the
customer.
front line person representing the work other people are doing.
Exactly.
They're taking your face,
To go and collect it.
basically.
Yes.
How do you guys cope time of the month when you're in your periods? You see why I said you should watch Facebook? Because the expressions were everything. How do y'all cope?
You know, it comes with mood swings, and sometimes it comes
Emotions
with terrible
and-
cramps
yeah.
and things. But what helps me is that I am naturally also a performer. So in the moments when I don't want to be myself, I perform. I am an actor by training, right? So I know how to be the person I need to be
In
in
the
every
moment.
in every circumstance, no matter what's happening with me personally. So my personal life is sort of on the back bench. If I'm unable to go there, I'll be clear. I'll let everybody know that like today I'm out of it. And like I have the awareness to know that today I'm out of sorts, and I won't put myself in certain situations that are beyond me or that like would make me vulnerable to exposing something that I wouldn't want my clients or people I'm in business with to know. You know, so that's what's been able.
That's
to
how
hold
you
me
deal
down.
with
Yes,
it.
that's how I cope.
Okay, Francisca.
For me, I have a team. I don't
Okay.
work alone. I have a team, and we like to support each other. So when you're going through, I say, such difficulties, you let the other people know that okay, it's time of the month.
Period
you know-
alert.
Exactly. You know my
I am
mood
alone
swings.
in where I
Ah, well.
Oh, sorry about that. You know the mood swings will start when I yell. It's not because I want to yell at you. Sometimes what is happening inside is what is coming out. So then, yes, you need to help me out when there's a customer and you know very well this is not the right time. Take the customer off me. And then when is your turn? So we just help each other out. We just balance each other.
That's what helps you.
Yes.
But how do you like deal with yourself if you have, cramps, if you're having like the crises, you feel like crying or all of those things? I mean, because you can have all the support, but there's some point where you're still, it's not like you've gone home, you're still in the building, so you still have to show up.
Yes.
So how do you show up?
I'm very quiet when I'm going through it. Yes, I'm a very... I think normally I have mood swings all the time.
Okay.
So I am very quiet when I'm going through something. So my team knows, okay, once she's quiet,
There's
just
something
give her
going
a
on.
few minutes. The pain is there. That will not go. But the cramps, it goes up, it
Yeah.
swings. So when it's in a good period, then I go and then we engage, we help the customer out. When the pain starts, then I retrieve back into my seat and then I'm in my quiet space.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't like
ask-
to be bothered.
I'm asking this again because talking to a young group of girls, you know, it kind of came up, you know, that there are different times of the month when they're more sensitive, you know, and they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. How is that going to translate into when they are, you know, in
Working.
a corporate space, probably male dominated, and we're not going to pretend like the men understand the whole period thing, you know what I mean? And it's not as if there are allowances that are made for it anyway. So I mean that's why I'm asking, because it's something that maybe we deal with unconsciously, but for those who are coming in, it's a bit of a
It's a monthly thing that you go through. So you know it's coming.
Yeah.
You need to psych yourself that it's coming. If you get a good month where the pain is not so much, then all well and good. But when you have months that the pain is so severe, you have already conditioned yourself. You know it's going to come. It's not a new thing. You've lived with it probably 18, 19 years of your life already.
Yeah.
Yes. So then you just condition yourself.
and just deal. I mean,
And
it's one of
just
those
deal
things
with
you
it.
just deal
You
with.
can't just
right?
not show up at
Yeah.
work and then what's your excuse? You're not the
Yeah.
first woman.
Right.
Do you
you
have
just-
anything else to say?
You know, in the entertainment industry, it's comparatively different.
Okay.
Like we have a lot of women artists, women dancers, you know, so people get to experience the physical nature of the pain and how it happens in real time. You know, corporate has a certain cloak, like people don't get to really experience when a woman is in her period and she's in pain. You don't get to express yourself so much at work in a corporate environment as much as in a creative environment.
I mean,
Like
I can
in the-
imagine if you need like 3 or 4 pads and then you're wearing like leggings and you have to lift up one leg to do a dance.
Yeah.
And
Right,
you're like,
right,
oh my
right,
God,
right,
like is the
right.
outline
I
going
also
to
wonder
show?
all the
Is
time.
yeah.
Exactly. So there is that understanding.
Okay.
There is that understanding, and that's what makes me feel like I think corporations can actually think to making life relatively easier for women during their periods at work. She can do a half day, she can work from home, you know, or something. Just make allowances that allow for the woman to be able to, you know, deal with whatever it's coming, because mind you, every month is different.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna get in each month. Some months are good months, like she said. You can go and you're happy and you're energetic and everything. You can still go through a little bit of cramps here and there. But some months are a total knockout. How do you make room for the woman to be able to have some time off, which
Yeah.
is not going to affect salary or something?
Yeah.
Because mind you,
Especially
it's a team.
women with like
Yeah.
endometriosis and
You
those
know,
who
yes.
have real pain.
Yeah.
Yes, the world, the rules were made for humans, not humans for rules. So if there has to be a
The rules were
certain,
made for men and women kind of have to adapt. That's how I feel. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know how many things are done with the woman anyway, that's not the topic. So I feel like we're okay with periods and
Yeah.
stuff. Let's talk about attraction and stuff at work. So you know, you are at work, you know, you're doing really well and stuff, you know, and then some new guy is hired and he has a really cute butt and you're looking at him like, oh my God.
I don't want the butt.
How do you deal with because it's a very real thing, right?
There's
Again, they're
molestation.
The what?
There's molestation.
There's no.
Yeah, so you look at where you are, you look at your position, and then you look at how you relate to your colleagues and people of the opposite sex.
So is it more difficult when you're up?
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
it
so.
is.
Because then
Yeah.
maybe the person is down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can't
It's-
afford to, else it will look like either abuse of power or it will look like uyarenga.
Yeah,
You
it's,
know,
it's very difficult.
Yeah,
Okay.
And you see, some of them tend to take advantage.
right.
Those
The
Right.
younger ones tend to
Yeah.
take advantage because he's having something to do with the madam at the top. They start misbehaving,
Yeah.
and when you try to correct them, they start telling people, "And I'm doing this with her,
Or
and look at the way she's
dirty
behaving."
news.
Or she might even misstep. You might try to correct him in the midst of people because the issue happened there and there, and his response
will be so
will draw
obvious
attention
that,
to all of you. So it's best to just
Avoid
watch
it.
and let it go.
So your policy is no love at work.
No,
That's your
watch,
policy.
Yes, watch and let it go.
So what if Jesus brings you your husband at work?
How do I know?
He shouldn't bring.
Oh,
his
he
wife.
should. I don't know. I haven't experienced it yet, but
You've
we will
never
look
had a
at it.
crush on anybody at work.
Oh, I have, but I keep it to myself.
Wow, Francisca.
I keep it to myself.
You keep it to yourself.
Yes, because it might not be reciprocated. Then what happens?
But if you don't tell them or show them, how would you know whether that's reciprocated or not?
It's best if it's another company, please.
It's best.
Wow, you
Because
guys.
for me, I'm very affectionate. I'm touchy.
Very jealous.
And no, I'm not jealous, is it? And I'm just touchy. And I don't want the situation where I'll be touching my partner. Like, because if I'm having anything to do with somebody at work, obviously the person is my partner. So if like I'm having to touch the person and stuff like that in the workplace, that's not very appropriate. So I want to prevent such instances. And like, even when I started seeing somebody at work, I had to leave the company. So like, I left the company, so there wasn't even any sort of problem arising like that. But it's possible it can happen.
So for both of you, you don't encourage in this, corporate world and climbing up
Yeah.
and all that. You
I don't think your
encourage.
HRs too would encourage that,
Yeah.
because where your work stops, somebody else's work starts. So they don't want a situation where you're having something to do with someone, and then you have a transaction to put through, and he is delaying or he's overdoing what he's supposed to do on a normal day. They don't want any outside influence or anything like that. Everybody should just work at your normal pace.
Or any drama.
Yes.
Yes, especially if you
avoid
fight with
drama.
the person, and the person is your direct report, or the person is in a department whose activities affect yours.
Exactly.
And then you have to wait on them to be able to meet a deliverable so that you can also go and present something. And then the person, because they're angry at you, they've not done the work. Because it's not everybody that's professional, is it? So you would find out that the person is putting their emotions into the work and bringing home problems to work, And because of that lack of boundaries, it's like, okay, I'd rather not go there.
But the thing, the problem with that is that we spend a very, very large amount of our time, our waking hours at work or in work situations. So is there no room at all? I mean, what's the kind of advice that you would give, to someone? Would you guys just completely say, no, don't get involved with anyone at work? Or would you say, okay, have a look at who they are, whether they're mature, whether they're this. Or
Right. It's not a one size fits all, so it's not just one way to go about it. There's not just one way to look at it. The person in question is also important. The department, do your work
Run into each other,
or even if they run into each other, is your partner professional enough to draw the line and know the boundaries between being in a relationship with this person and working with this person?
You can also take the chance and start. You can start something and then see how it goes. If it's going left very fast, then you cut it short.
Okay.
Yeah.
So staying on relationships, how do you guys feel that your success at work impacts, one, the kind of men you attract, and the kind of relationships that you're ultimately... Why are you smiling? Hey, Francisca. And ultimately, the kind of relationships that you're able to have. Francisca was laughing. I want to hear what
Yes.
she...
Ooh. I would say that you need to have a man who can stand on his own. Yes, somebody who is not intimidated by where you have reached. Because he should rather be happy and encouraging you. Because when you turn out something good, it affects the home. Whether you end up marrying him or not, it's a good brand to him as well. Because if you mingle with his friends and you are like on top there, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a banker, you're that, he can also brag. So I don't see
it's
why-
a very fragile...
why you should worry.
That's the
It's
word.
a very dicey situation.
That's
Like,
it.
It's not a man who is not confident, who is worried by the status of his wife or his girlfriend. You need to be confident.
I see.
Yes.
Insecurity, right? If you have a partner who is insecure and your success threatens them, that's not a good idea. That's never a good idea to be with some, because they will sit on your progress. They will take a chair and sit on your progress.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a bit dramatic.
Oh, I'm serious.
It's
Like,
true.
and it's sitting on your progress looks like, hey, so you are going for this meeting. You are going for meetings, right? Or something that they have the opportunity to influence and say no to, that would harm you or that would stop you from getting something that you want. They will do it, you know. But if you're with someone who is supportive, it's just a blessing,
Yeah.
right? The person listens. Somebody who is making inputs. You give real life scenarios. You give them scenarios that's happening, and like this happened and this happened and this happened, and I'm thinking about doing it this way, this way, this way. That person can tell you, oh, slow down. Have you tried this? Have you thought of this? Getting somebody who is equally as intelligent as you matters. Somebody who is also understanding what you do, who has dedicated themselves to learning what you do. Because mind you, they can decide to not know what you do. There's some wives who don't know what their husbands do, and they don't care.
And there are
All
some
they know
husbands who are not interested in what
their wives do, right? But if you have somebody who is interested, number one, in you, your progress, what you do, because what you do and how you feel at work reflects in when you come home, your behavior, right? Because like somebody mentioned, if let's say you mentioned you spend 8 hours at work, that 8 hours is you meet different people, they all have different characters and different things happen at work. When you come home, you are either going to be excited from work, too tired from work, or angry. Whatever emotion you're coming home with, your partner should be able to understand and support you through that. If you don't have somebody who is paying attention to you and is ready to support you and is against you even doing what's making you successful, how would you progress?
So, how do you find somebody like this? Which is why my first question was, with the positions that you guys have, what are the kind of men that you attract? Or what are the kind of men that you want to attract? Because I feel like there'll be
That's a
people
good
who
question.
you would meet who think, oh, she has a really good job, she has a nice car, she's earning a lot. Oh, okay, let's see how much I can get
Take
off
from her.
you know. Or you meet somebody who thinks, oh, okay, I like the idea of a strong woman, and then they get into the relationship and say, nah, I don't really like the strong woman.
She's too
thing."
strong.
You know what I mean? So, what are the kind of men that you are attracting? What have your experiences been like?
Well, for me, I have attracted, should I say, gold diggers? And yes, let's call a spade a spade. I have attracted a lot of those.
Wow.
They come in with a purpose, and then they take you for a ride. You
A
go
very
through
nice
it.
ride. eh?
Yes, you go through it. Sometimes 2-3 years,
Are you
only
serious?
for you to find out. Okay, this is not what he came for. It's not me. It's what he is
Wow.
getting.
2-3 years.
Yes, because I've been there. You go through it with him, the emotions, you're supportive. He pretends like he's being supportive. He's there, he's not there. Fights here, fights there. He gets what he wants. He always comes with problems. And, sometimes you want to use money to solve problems. When he comes, I
Because
need
the
this.
truth is that money ankasa it can solve the problems.
So if you
Like
don't...
9 out of 10, whatever the problem is can be solved by money.
So when you get a situation where you need to solve it,
You just solve it.
because you have it, you just
You
throw
just like-
money at it,
yeah.
and then it goes. Then he realized, okay, today I said this, she gave me. Let's give her 2 weeks.
And let
He will
me
come back with
create
another
something
thing.
else, yeah.
Then it goes on and on and on. And because you're too in love, you also don't see it until one day something happens and then it's off. Your eyes are opened and then, or he walks away. He creates a fight, something very irrelevant, and then he walks away.
Wow.
So I've attracted good ones too.
Okay.
I would not lie. I've attracted good ones, but it just didn't work. He was good, but I think our lines were not.
Aligned.
Yes, our lives were not aligned because I'm going back to school, and he had a problem with. So why don't you get tired of going to school?
Okay.
But where I am,
Goals
you
don't
need to
align.
go so that you can move ahead. Because, mind you, the Gen Zs are coming every day. They are coming, they've learned something else, something has moved forward. So you also have to move. You're selling a service. We are doing AIs now. If you know nothing about AI, you need to get to know something. You need to move. So you need to go to school. Every year, every 2 years, you need to go. And when it gets to that time, he starts complaining.
Do you think that your male colleagues have these same problems?
No.
No, I don't think they do. Women tend to settle. Yes, we tend to settle. We tend to go with the flow. Okay, why not let him go? After when he gets money, he'll bring it home. The children are there, so let him go. I'm not like that.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not like that. I want to get my own money. I want to be independent. I want to be able to get up and say, I'm going to Dubai today. I'm going to UK today. I'm gone. So I always want to better myself.
What does that power feel like? Because a lot of women don't know that the feeling of I want to do something, so I'm going to do it.
It's good. It's really, really good, because I can walk into a shop, swipe, and forget about the alert, because I have put myself in that position. And you don't just get up and put yourself in that position as well. You need to learn how to save. You need to live within your means. The fact that I can swipe doesn't mean I'm just swiping. I have a budget in my head. So I swipe. When I reach the limit, I know, okay, Franska, this is it. For the month, we've reached, and I will not go beyond it. So it's really good, but you need to put yourself, you need to create it. It just doesn't happen. Having the power doesn't happen. You need to create it. So, yeah, you need to create it, and then you move with it.
You move with it. Esinam, I've asked Francisca like 4 questions, but yeah, so starting from the first of the 4.
Which one is the first one? I've forgotten. But finding. Okay.
Type of men I'm
attracting.
You're attracting, yeah, and then finding.
I think naturally.
I think you've spoken about finding, actually.
Yeah, I think naturally I'm drawn to people who are older than me.
Okay.
Because I like to learn. I ask questions a lot.
You don't feel like people younger than
people
you?
younger, but my mates don't have
Wow.
anything. Like, no. I've tried. So for somebody my age or close to me to be able to get my attention, then they probably need to be extra.
Okay.
They probably need to either match me in terms of the intelligence or be ahead of me in terms of the intelligence and their awareness and their enlightenment, like what they know and what they've done, and like the entire personality. The person must be somebody I look up to.
Okay.
It's important to me.
To you, yeah.
So if somebody younger than me even is somebody that I look up to in terms of all these things that I've mentioned, their awareness of self, their emotional intelligence, their ability to support, and then what they also have going on for them as well. If it's something good, I'm willing to give it a chance to see where it goes.
Okay.
Right. And I agree with her on having that financial independence and being able to do what you want to do is literally the best feeling ever, because at that point you're seeing yourself reaping the benefits of your hard work.
Yeah.
All the nights that you've been working, you're working hard so you can be able to afford it. Waking up, as she said, early in the morning, staying in the studio, staying in meetings. Sometimes we have meetings that links like the whole day, and staying through it with my headache and everything. But at the end of it all, you are able to do what you want. The kind of financial independence that comes with being a boss it's also the soft life that comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking this because, again, I'm always having conversations, but conversations with women who want to do something. And there has to be scheming on how, my mother is going to fall sick, or something is going to be this. So I'm going to raise 500 Ghana from here, 300 Ghana from this person, 400 Ghana from this person. And then it's like a whole pulling.
Yep.
Just to be able to get something that you want.
Yep.
Juxtapose that against I work hard, I make myself better, and I can earn enough for what I want.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted you guys to talk about the power and the freedom that comes with owning your economic power.
Yeah.
As against to having to constantly people please or man please to be able to get the things that you want, and then having to explain. I don't know if, I mean, with what you guys have been through, do you feel like you could ever be in that space where you have to explain why I need 300 CDs and I have to explain why I need 300 CDs?
I've always loved my independence. Independence from my parents, like I mentioned, started working at a very early age so that I could have that independence that I want for myself. I wanted to be able to make my decisions, buy what I want, when I want it. And I've always had that mindset that it can't come from a man, because the person who will give you something today will lord it over you tomorrow. And because I bought an iPhone for you, you are not allowed to use that iPhone to call other people. People have that kind of warped logic. Because I sent you credit of 20 CDs, how are you using my credit to call another boy?
Well, but how are you using the credit to call another boy?
It's the credit. You're giving it to me. What I choose to do with it is what I will
Yeah,
do
but
with
not
it.
call another boy.
You don't get to determine what I do with my credit.
It's like Beyonce said, how are you driving her around in the car that I bought you? Like, how? You guys know that song, right?
Yes, yes,
I mean,
yes,
I don't
about-
understand. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's,
You first should respond.
like a gift is a gift. Whatever you
Nah, fam.
whatever I choose to do with a gift is mine. You don't get to again the kind of explanations I don't want to have. So I'll buy my own credit.
Exactly.
The kind of I don't want to go and borrow somebody's microwave or go and put my food in another person's microwave. So I'll buy my own thing. I don't want anybody to I don't want to have to ask somebody for a ride. So I'll buy my own car. And I know what do I need to do to be able to buy my car. I need to work here. I need to do this. I need to do this. Like I said, I'm very proactive. Like it's like I'm thinking a lot of steps ahead. This has to happen. This has to happen. This has to happen. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. But I also give room for life. Because I don't know what's going to happen
Of course,
tomorrow.
yeah.
I have plans, but what if they don't materialize the way I want them to?
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
okay with life happening the way life wants to happen.
Basically, at a point in life where if we understand you or not.
Misunderstand me or not, I'm okay.
Okay. Francisca, you wanted to say something?
Yes. It all has to do with planning. You need to plan. So for me, I do a lot of planning, and I share with people who want to listen. My colleagues, I'm always telling them, okay, when you're paid, you need to segment your salary like this, like that. You need to leave some for enjoyment, for unforeseen circumstances and everything. Yeah, so once you have that planned, nothing will come as a surprise. You have to look at your life, the people in your life, and plan around them. If you have a car, you need to make allowance for fixing your car. Your mom is old. You need to make allowance. She might go to the hospital anytime soon. Your light bill, your water bill, all those things you need to plan. So when I get friends coming to me to say, I need money to pay my rent, then I'm upset. You saw your rent coming.
Know your rent will expire in 2 years.
You saw your rent coming, so you should have planned towards that. So it all has to do with planning. Once you plan, you can always swipe.
I see. Well, once you plan, you can always swipe. I like
Swipe.
that. Let me take a few of your messages. Good evening. Hi Papa Ansa, great topic, and good evening to your guest. Edmund says, my question to your panelists is, what are the key strategic decisions that corporate women are to make to succeed? I mean, it's sunny in the competitive business environment. Do you want to take that? What are some of the decisions that you have to take strategically?
So decide that you don't care.
For you, is this?
For me, it's decide that whatever happens, we ride through and we don't care. We are willing to fight. We're willing to work. So decide that you will do it regardless what happens. You will show up regardless the time, the day, however you are feeling. It can be put on the back bench. Decide that you will show up. and also decide that while you're showing up, you also take care of yourself, because self-care is also important, else you will burn out.
Yeah. Okay. Get that, Francis.
Okay, so for me, customer is king. You always have to look at your customer, what will make your customer happy, because at the end of the day, they are paying you. So no matter what happens, you still have to show up, be there for your customer, support your customer, and then you'll be fine.
Okay. Anthony says, so some men still fear well-accomplished women these days. Seriously, I cannot be with a woman who is not daring. Hey, the story
Or
be
let
told.
the story be told.
Let the story be told. Behind every successful woman is a man who is pushing her to her limits. That sounds really nice.
Yep.
Kay from Tantra Hill says, work romance, dear, not for support for the progress of my woman. Sure, I'll do it any day, no matter what. But my question is, how many women achievers, especially the boss type, listen to the men in their lives? They won't even see you. Do we matter to our women at all?
Yes, we do matter.
Yeah, if you make, you see, the thing about
sensible
the thing about a
contributions.
boss person is they didn't get there by just taking anything. It's good advice. If you prove yourself worth it, the person will keep listening to you. But if yours is mostly and at the end of every conversation I feel drained, at the end of every conversation I feel like I hate myself more and more and more, I won't listen to you. I'll probably put you on the back bench and just move on.
Yeah.
And then sometimes to their comments, I think when your lady comes home and she's going through it and she's sharing, it's best to let her share.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to say, if you know it's negative, wait. Let her go through it. Maybe in the morning or a day after. You now call her and say, okay, yesterday you talked about this, but I think you should have gone this way. Because if you bring her down there and then she starts thinking, this is not worth it. He's not even supporting me.
Yep. Yeah.
So you wait. Days after, you revisit the conversation, and then
there
you
was
can
a
give
quote
your advice.
that I love. It says that when a woman comes to talk to you as a man, you should ask her, do you need me to listen or do you need me to help you fix it? Because sometimes if you're just listening, we can usually fix it ourselves as we are talking about it. Most of the time when you try to fix it, it's annoying because we feel like you don't actually really understand. So maybe so do you need me to listen or do you need me to help you fix it?
Yeah.
This one says, another thing is that I feel like sometimes men feel like because they've given the advice, that is it. Because of their sex. Because I'm a man and this advice I've given is correct.
You should take it.
Yeah.
But the problem with a woman who thinks is that your advice has to make sense. It has to be better than what I can come up with. So if you're with a woman who is intelligent or who is striving or who is trying to be everything, then you have to know that there's a competition, not a competition, but like you are competing with yourself to bring out the best version of yourself for her. Because a substandard version won't work.
And at the end of the day, you need to learn how to let your ego withstand correction, criticism,
and let's deliver as well.
Criticism, correction, and also a disagreement. Like you can give me an advice and I can disagree with your advice.
And it's okay.
I should be able to
disagree with you.
Agree with
and
you
not don't be on the stand line
and
waiting
be like, okay,
sideline for it to fail.
When I talk, you never
so
listen.
that you can say that.
I mean, like that kind of positioning doesn't really help.
Yeah, it doesn't. Anthony says, it's been a long time since I passed through this joint. Hi, Anthony. I just want to tell listeners that your worth is dependent on how much value you bring to the table. Many of us these days want to enjoy higher returns, yet we do not want to do the hardest work. Don't envy someone who's put their hearts and hands to go the extra mile to achieve what you think just sitting in the comfort zone can earn you. It's natural for every one of us to seek upward growth. Forward movement is automatic. Upward movement is an individual discipline. God has blessed us all equally. The rest you gain are from your hard work and going the extra mile for yourself. Thank you for that, Anthony. Please don't disappear from the joint too much. We'd love to have you all the time. Do we have any more messages? There were a lot. I don't know where they've all disappeared to. Anyways, so we have just about 3 minutes. So just your parting words to, young women who are considering the corporate life.
I love being a boss. I love doing what I'm doing, and I love the results that come from doing what I'm doing. There's a certain satisfaction that comes with doing it and doing it well, and also being paid for it, or its rewards that also comes with. There's a certain level of satisfaction with that, and I'm proud of myself and where I am. And it's one of the things that even if I'm feeling down on myself, I can look back on and be like, now, like, somebody who was worthless wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah.
So it adds to
The
my
value that
the value
yeah.
that I place to myself, and adds to myself with. It's not the only thing that determines who I am, but it helps me, and I'm happy about it.
Right, Francisca.
Okay. So for me, my little advice to the young ones, we all didn't start from the top. We started from the bottom. So
Now we're here.
no matter where you are,
Yep.
continue being there, work hard, be focused, have a plan.
Trust the
work
process.
Thank you. Work at it, and then you would grow. Because being a boss is very good.
Yeah.
It feels very, very, very good for you to just walk into a shop and swipe. It's
That's the
it's
highlights
heavy.
of your life.
Yes.
Like walk into a
I just
just
swipe.
and just that's
I
very
just swipe.
specific. Anyways, all right. Well, we're done for today. But next week, of course, we'll have another conversation. The Boss Lady series. So we'll be talking to women who are doing great, great things. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to the whole team. Faustina is coming up with the 8 o'clock news next. My name is Animwaa Anim-Addo. I'll be back next week Wednesday at 7. Stay tuned in.
My tongue